It's a rather peculiar state of affairs, isn't it? One moment, a company's chief executive is on a stage, beaming, announcing a rather colossal investment in artificial intelligence. He'll use words like synergy, efficiency, paradigm shift the very next moment. Sometimes even in the same breath comes the less cheerful news. Thousands of jobs are to be, as the jargon so delicately puts it, made redundant. It sounds less like a business strategy and more like a Greek tragedy, with the workers cast as the unfortunate chorus. One can't help but picture a gleaming, futuristic robot handing out P45s with unnerving politeness. One must understand that adopting AI is not quite like installing a new software update or buying a faster printer. The steam engine replaced the horse. The mechanical digger replaced the spade. These were tools that amplified human muscle. Artificial intelligence, however, is a different beast entirely. It wades into the murky waters of cognition pattern recognition language. It is designed not just to do, but in a rudimentary sense, to think. It's less of a spade and more of a rather clever, if emotionally stunted, assistant. The primary reason for the job-cutting frenzy is a rather narrow-minded interpretation of efficiency. In the cold, hard calculus of a quarterly report, a human employee represents a significant and ongoing cost. Salary, benefits, training, office space, birthday cake slice. An AI system, after its initial acquisition and setup cost, appears on the ledger as a depreciating asset. It doesn't ask for a pay rise, it doesn't take holidays, it doesn't engage in idle chatter by the water cooler. The temptation to simply swap the expensive, complex human for the cheaper, simpler algorithm is, for many a chief financial officer, overwhelmingly seductive. This focus on cost-cutting often stems from immense pressure from shareholders and the market to deliver short-term gains. The thinking is tragically linear. Fewer employees equal lower payroll, which equals higher profits. It's a simple equation, and its simplicity is its danger. It overlooks the intricate web of value that a human workforce provides beyond the raw output of its labor. This is not the Industrial Revolution 2.0. It's the dawn of a new kind of partnership. When a company wields AI primarily as a cudgel to reduce headcount, the consequences ripple far beyond the balance sheet. The most immediate casualty is trust. The psychological contract between employer and employee, that unspoken agreement of loyalty and effort in exchange for security and purpose, is shattered. Those who remain, the so-called survivors, live under a perpetual cloud of anxiety. They begin to see the introduction of any new technology not as a helpful tool, but as the harbinger of their own obsolescence. This climate of fear is the antithesis of innovation. Creativity withers when one's primary concern is job preservation. Then there is the catastrophic loss of institutional knowledge. This is the invaluable, almost intangible wisdom that isn't written down in any manual. It's the senior engineer who knows why a certain machine rattles in a peculiar way on a Tuesday. It's the customer service veteran who can placate an irate client with a specific turn of phrase learned over a decade. AI, for all its data processing power, cannot access this deep well of experience. When these seasoned employees are shown the door, they take that knowledge with them. The company is left with a brittle, algorithmic shell, efficient on paper but utterly helpless when faced with a novel or nuanced problem. The very culture of the organization begins to decay. A workplace is a social ecosystem, a place of mentorship, collaboration, and shared identity. When colleagues are systematically replaced by algorithms, this fabric unravels. But it doesn't have to be this way. A growing number of enlightened organizations are pioneering a far more intelligent and, dare I say, more human approach. They view AI not as a replacement for people, but as a powerful collaborator, an augmented colleague. Consider the example of a company like Airbus. They use AI not to get rid of their engineers, but to give them superpowers. AI-powered smart glasses can overlay digital instructions, three-dimensional models, onto an engineer's view, drastically reducing errors and speeding up intricate installation processes. The AI handles the tedious memory work, freeing the human expert to focus on craftsmanship and problem-solving. In the world of customer service, some firms are turning the replacement narrative on its head. Instead of firing agents and forcing customers to argue with a chatbot, they use AI to assist the human agent in real time. The AI can listen to the conversation instantly, pull up the relevant customer history, and suggest possible solutions or knowledge-based articles. The agent remains the empathetic, problem-solving human in the loop, but they are now equipped with instantaneous information. This not only leads to faster resolutions and happier customers, but also makes the agent's job less stressful and more fulfilling. It's a beautiful symbiosis, a duet rather than a duel. So, how can a leader navigate these treacherous waters and introduce AI in a way that benefits both the business and its people? The first, most crucial step is to communicate a clear and honest vision.